Well, hello YouTube, and a warm welcome to the New to Crypto channel. My name, as always, is Ian, and I am your host. Now, I'm trying a different format today. I've got my my camera all set up with my streaming software, and I'm just testing out the stream really, just to make sure it all works ready for today's DeLorean drop. But I thought I'd come on and just do a quick video as well, as I said, just to test the stuff. But I thought I'd reiterate what I was talking about yesterday, because yesterday in one of the sections of the news, I explained about an idea for burning more tokens, essentially. And a few people have got a bit confused in the comments and all that kind of thing, so I thought I'd kind of explain it a little bit more. Now, we know how the burn works for the burning of the tokens in terms of going through VV itself. So if you buy something, 10% goes on the NFT, which goes to burning, but which goes to buybacks, beg your pardon. And the entire amount goes to burning the tokens. But I think some people are getting a bit confused about where that burn comes from. That burn actually comes from the reserve wallet. So therefore, in order for the buyback to take place, a lot has to be burnt from the reserve wallet. Or well, maybe not a lot. We don't know the exact amounts because they're not going to tell us. But quite a bit, I'm guessing, it has to be burnt back before they need to buy back from the exchange to create the liquidity. So basically what I was saying, and I think a few people picked up on this and then a few people got a bit confused, and that is that if you buy from the exchange yourself, you're automatically affecting the price. So say you buy, I don't know, 1,000 Omi, which isn't a lot obviously, you buy 1,000 Omi off the exchange, then it means that that price is affected by the 1,000 Omi because there's 1,000 less. Now, if you were to then sell 1,000 Omi back on the exchange, then obviously you are then putting that same amount back in again, so you're not changing the price at all. You're buying 1,000 and then selling 1,000. But if you're taking that 1,000 that you bought and then you are using it to buy something else in the app, obviously converting it to gems and then using it, you're essentially burning that 1,000 not from the reserve wallet, but from the main exchange, which is the one that controls the price of the Omi. So I hope that kind of makes sense. So even though, yes, there is a burn happening within the app and all that kind of thing, that burn is coming out the reserve wallet and won't actually affect the price until they decide to start doing buybacks, which could be, you know, whenever. It could be, this to me is a long hold anyway, so therefore I'm not worried about when they do the buybacks, and I see the price rising as it does. Incidentally, if the price does rise, it means that the burns go slower obviously as well, so we don't actually know when they're going to need to do a burn. However, if you were to buy it off the exchange in the first place and then convert it to gems, you are essentially burning out of that 168 billion supply. So therefore, you will affect the price. So obviously with me just buying, say, 1,000 off the exchange and then converting it to gems and buying an NFT, that does nothing. But with hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people doing exactly the same thing, that can only affect the price massively. And again, it's a bit like a lot of whales buying from the, well, not a lot of whales because you're not buying a huge amount, but for instance, instead of using fiat to buy your NFT, if you're going to buy it for €100 or $100 or £100, you buy that same amount of Omi off of the exchange. And then obviously you've got a small fee to transfer it, but if you use Bitmax it's only one, so therefore that's not too bad. And there will be some fees with the exchange as well, so maybe that makes a difference as well. But I'm pretty sure that compared to the Apple fees that you're going to have to pay, especially if you're paying in pounds versus dollars, the actual amount is going to be minimal. And also, if you buy a lot in the first place, then it means that you can take some out of what you've bought, essentially, and it will essentially mean that you've gained money because you bought it at a lower price, and then later on down the road when it gets slightly higher, then you convert it to gems, or the other way around, you know. So essentially you buy it off the exchange, which makes the price change. If you just buy it with fiat in the app itself, then it means that although there is a burn, it goes from the reserve wallet only. So I hope that kind of makes sense, and this crazy weird idea that I've got to make some sort of website that makes it easy, or a website or maybe an app or something that makes it easy for people to buy the Omi tokens, so that way we ourselves could do some kind of buyback off the exchange which goes into this app or this website, and then other people could then purchase those using fiat, which essentially means that we're doing our own burn. As I said, I don't know if it's possible, but at least if you buy from the exchange and then use it to buy your NFTs, the amount that are being sold, instead of it being 57 million, for example, and then only 10% of that going to buybacks, it would essentially, if everybody did that, it would be $57 million worth of Omi coming off the exchange, which is a huge whale that will never sell, because that Omi will never go back to the exchange because it's been converted and used for something else. So I hope that makes sense. Think of them as two different entities, and then you'll be on the right track. But anyway, this was just a test to see if the stream works and all that kind of thing as well, and also just to waffle a little bit. But yeah, don't catch me for the live stream. If this has worked and I pop this video out, then I will be live streaming today. I'll probably go on about half an hour beforehand just to make sure it is all working, because obviously here I can't get the chat from people to see if it definitely is working, but I'm pretty sure, fingers crossed, it's going to. So we'll see you today at the DeLorean drop. And remember, everything I say, I'm not an expert in crypto whatsoever. I'm learning as I go, just like hopefully many of you out there who are watching my videos. And don't forget, everything I say is not financial advice or investment advice in any way, shape or form. So do your own research, and remember, as always, what do I know? I'm new to crypto. So bye bye for now.